So, a lot of updates happen. Actually, let's show this first. There is an update to the manual software itself, so I did some additional things, but on top of that, I also did some rearranging of categories, etc. I numbered all of these time segments and padded them with zeros, so it actually forces these in sequential order, with the exception of the X's, which are just one spot out of place. But yeah, now it's easier to tell if I need mission, I don't know, 53. I just go through here and I can see 53 would be in this area. It's just easier to find everything. I renamed progression to key items. I start with Ranger this time. Okay. Autoguns, special weapons. Oof. Wing diver, homing traps. I fixed the issues with the fencer and aerators because last time we tested if it was physically possible to kill the ring at all with level 5 equipment, and there was specific pair of items for each of these which broke. So I had to rework how this actually fit together, but now it is guaranteed to have at least one weapon capable of killing the ring. And we're just going to extrapolate that and assume it can also kill the teleporter ships. I might need to test those later on, but that would be a bigger problem. It should be fine. It should be fine. Internally, I did some other logic adjustments, etc. But mostly it's the same idea, just with more complicated settings to allow us to do various things. For this run, we're not going to actually do every single check. We're just going to assume we can do it and click through it, because I want to cover as much of this playthrough as possible in a single sitting. So let me just set up this Ranger, and we'll try 1 or 2 missions in the first section after I sneeze. I was doing a bunch of cleaning and dealing with cats before this, so my sinuses are quite upset. Apologies if I do not cut off every sneeze. That scares us in the middle of a mission. From my testing, I did already have the special weapons set up, because that's what my previous one gave me. There's a single gun, no equipment. Armor, we are back to the minimum. So I know that most of these are fine. The androids in particular are the big issues. So I'm going to do 10 and 12, because I know the rest we can do fine. Maybe 11. I think 11 had more than 10, so we'll start with that. 12 throws in the giant androids, which have a ton of health, and special weapons have very low damage. Last time I had the firecrackers, and I could two-shot the giant androids. I don't know if the FZ gun will be enough to help with this. So, let me just click 1 through 10 initially, because we know those are free. Ranger level, right off the bat. Okay. Wing diver shields. Progressive difficulty. Ooh, so we could even do this on hard. Let's go. I'm not going to click the hards because ideally I wouldn't go back and replay the missions I just did, except for one, because that is entirely free. And we wanted to test... I will skip 10, so I'll click up to 9 as completed. And then we will actually play the ones beyond this. So now we have 50 armor and up to level 10. Actually, let's assume we didn't get the level. We will give ourselves the 50 armor because that is more likely. Whoops. Scroll speed. Scroll speed. Thank you. Yeah. So we're just gonna pretend we only got the 2 armor for this. I don't know which difficulty that was. I accidentally double tapped space. Let's just retreat quickly. Oh! Also, you can see in the screen there, reload trap. I did add traps and such to the pool now. As counters to the filler. Let's see. Transform? No. Filters. If I don't crop that for a second, you can see a couple red things. Oh, it's off the screen. We have the ragdoll trap and the reload trap now. It doesn't show anything else. But there's also a chance we get something called a full heal, which when the mod is actually a mod, instead of just a side thing, it would heal you instantly in the mission. And also crates, which will give you equipment. So the regular crate would give you 5-star for every stat on some amount of weapons. And there's also the pristine crates, which are rare. There is less of them in the pool, and those ones would give you max stars for a set amount of weapons, etc. I haven't figured out the exact amount of them to do yet, but that is my plan for those once it becomes a proper mod. Just pull this into the screen so I can actually grab it again. There we go. I have plans. It's not in place yet, unfortunately, because I can't physically do that yet. I want to get the logic sound before starting to do the things. Okay. So we're going to try this on hard. I did this on normal last night. I did not have the turrets, so we'll see how this works on hard.
Our job's the same as always. Take out those machine men.
The bound gun is terrible damage. And I think it took like 8 shots to kill them on normal. The accuracy is terrible. It doesn't pierce. And we are so absolutely boned. Yeah, this is not going to be pleasant whatsoever. Well, technically possible. I would not enjoy trying to do this. Androids are horrible. We are still struggling on the first group. I forgot the first turret was only a flame turret as well, so it's very short range and not particularly helpful. How's the audio balance? That looks fine at a quick glimpse. We'll have to get viewer input to know for sure. So I'm only looking at bouncing bars periodically rather than actually hearing.
Extermination complete.
Yeah, according to logic that I've put into the game, this should be possible. We did get lucky and get the +5. And ideally, in an actual multi-world setting, somebody else would give you something. Even if it's another 100 armor, that could make a difference if I'm just playing less bad. I don't like having very little damage, so I never actually use special weapons. I also should have waited for the turret to come back before starting this combat. I might not be able to do this on hard, because they are not dealing any amount of reduced damage. I have yet to kill a single one from the second group. There we go. firecrackers could at least guarantee a single one goes down every few seconds. This turret, I would have to be kiting around. I forget if it has friendly fire protection. I'm assuming not, because it's a flamethrower. It just shoots the whole area. Explosives would be the same way. I only practically use the machine guns and sniper ones, and we're good. Deathlink could be a thing. I never tried enabling it. But ideally, when this happens, you could click the I died button and kill everybody else. It would be horrible. Let's see. If we have up to level 10, does this change anything? A bigger bound gun. 8.4 instead of 11. That is double the rate of fire. Longer reload. Worse accuracy. Okay. Damage 0.31 times 60. Acid shower. That was a projectile thingy instead of a stream. Well, see how it goes. The decoys are considered safe. Oh! Okay. Flamethrowers do have safety device. Neat. 50% faster reload and a second one. This might actually change it for us. I don't have equipment. Is there anything else I had? No. So we'll try that again on hard with our buff.
Our job's the same as always. Take out those machine men. Even one fewer makes a difference.
We've been fighting a losing battle with the androids for over 3 years.
Things have gone to shit with so many of these androids moving in.
Oh god, that accuracy is horrible. That first shot went directly into space rather than anywhere near the enemies. Higher range, but effectively less range because of the accuracy. Not health. So we are going to wait the full 40 before trying to bring in this next group, even though it seems like we already got some of them. I guess the higher DPS and lower accuracy can be useful for countering their hand projectiles. The longer reload is probably gonna entirely counter that, though. It was half my clip before I hit it. Okay. Things back, let's get some health. Try and grab this far off one first.
Why didn't you run away? I don't even know how I got here.
I too don't know how I got here.
Stay with us here.
Terra Bun has awoken. Dun dun dun. What a good girl. Last night, they were on twitch.tv/gamesdonequick and did an amazing run of Hades 2. A 3-weapon run at 32 Fear and absolutely decimated Kronos in all 3 attempts. It was really cool to watch. Why do I do this? Today ends in Y. And if you want to understand that reference, you should go to youtube.com. Look for the Games Done Quick Trans-Day of Visibility marathons featuring Behemoth Steve running Hades 2, a special 3 weapons 32 Fear run of the Underworld, where they absolutely decimated Kronos. Cause I love you. I forgot we had the spooge gun. I can't tell what it's doing. Neat. Oh, it's like antacid. Got it. I couldn't see that arc at first. Damage seems okay on this. Plus 5 levels might actually save us for close range enemies.
Just here either. Simultaneous attacks by 10 motherships around the world. They ended everything.
Blast killed everyone, except a few survivors.
Wait, this says punch through. It also has momentum, so if I strafe, it sprays funny. I can't tell if this is actually doing numbers or if I'm getting lucky and things are dying as I'm looking at them. Oh, it had punch through. This is too many enemies, we are so boned. Oh yeah, that's only 11 damage at a time. This is a terrible idea. Okay, so... I do not like special weapons. I kind of want to force them not in the starting pool. 13 is free. Let's just go knock that off and see if we get anything useful. I can't remember if I made all of the act end things have slightly better rewards, or if it was just the later ones. I guess while we're doing this run, I can pull that sheet up. EDF6. AP logic. Full screen. Monitor 1. So on certain missions in the difficulty, I put a specific type of drop available. So there will always be something good, but non-critical on this mission for easy. We will get some kind of boost, which could be class levels, the generic armor, or the small class armor. So there will be something good here to help us keep going. But the other normals, etc. in Act 1 don't have anything. Aside from the first act, which will never drop story keys, difficulty, classes, or the super armors.
Get back here.
The super armors would be the Inferno one, the DLC one, or DLC 2, 3 of them. They give plus 1,000. So that is kind of a massive thing. I didn't want to just toss away on tutorial or cutscene levels. I guess technically I could add in DLC 1 Mission 19 cutscene for the same thing. And just force it in non-critical.
We made it. We're here. Yes, indeed. There's the glowing.
But that would also require the launch code, so it would be 2 things post the final, and you can't get anything useful out of it, so I don't know. If eventually I did make this into a mod, and it was based on the metal system, there would be medals associated with that level, so I might need to force it. And you can't have 19 without 18, because you have to launch the missiles for them to blow you up in the next mission. So, I guess, fuck it, logic. I could allow you to do it whenever, but it should logic the logic to have the launch codes to launch the missiles first before you blow up by them. The flamethrower probably is better than the acid shower. It persists longer, has a better range, and the arc is less annoying to deal with. The bound gun accuracy debuff might actually hurt us here, but the longer range I think will cancel it because we're shooting directly upwards, so this should be fine. I could double bound gun, but there's not really a reason to do that. They're so close in DPS, I don't think it matters. Very slow projectile speed too. We did it. Okay.
Wonderful. Now it begins.
So that's 13. Easy. Normal. Hard. 2 ranger armor. That will not save us. Those androids had too much health. I can do them on normal, I guess. I just can't pull off the hard. I might actually be able to be fine on the giant android ones. Colossal machines. Let's just give ourselves that armor first, because I'm scared. Because these ones are spaced out, we can wait between them. It's just 2 of them at once. I think 4 at once at the end. I kept the acid prototype. My bad.
The giant androids are armed with blasters. Keep your eyes open. Make this their last raid! They're here! They're here! Giant androids! The weapons are strong. Stay alert. Don't get intimidated. Crush the giant android.
So they have almost double the health between normal and hard. Because it was around 1500, 1600 on normal. And this was closer to 3k. And that single shot did 70 damage. Damn, that's a big jump from normal to hard. Let me pick that up.
We beat the giant androids. Quite the achievement.
My chat's hidden. That's why it's quiet. Hello. How you doing, Clara? Egg. Should logically logic the logic. Yeah.
Rookies, you need to save a veteran who got careless.
Yeah. Okay. Grab more friend.
Newbies don't know the fear yet, but as long as they can shoot, that's all that matters.
So these guys can infinitely stun lock you if they decide to keep shooting. Unfortunately, I have to get close because this weapon sucks. Two and a half reloads to kill a single one. That also took half my life. Of course, my turrets aren't actually hitting anything because they're slightly behind a rock or something, I guess. That has no range, so it's unusable. That purple one does damage. The red one ragdolls. Both are equally annoying. I do like the challenge this imposes, I'm just not sure I enjoy it. It's a weird way to phrase it. I'm glad this is an option, I don't enjoy that I have to do it.
Well done.
It's weird that I'm still alive. I've used up more than a few lives.
That man is a cat. Get him a cup to knock off the counter.
Humanity doesn't stand a chance. We're just waiting for oblivion.
Oblivion. I should get back to playing that. I was having fun, I just stopped because I got distracted by projects. Like this. Sorry, friends, I can't not shoot you. My gun sucks too much. Are your injuries alright? No, they're injured. How do you injure an injury? I don't know. Come on. Got one. Yeah, special weapons are supposed to be niche situations, not... This is your only thing, good luck. These ones are designed to be used in tunnels and such, where your projectiles can bounce off of the ground and fly back at enemies. They do significantly less damage than their assault rifle counterparts, because they bounce. It's like shooting rubber bullets. They absolutely still can kill and deal damage. But that is not what they are primarily designed to do. But also, how does something bounce off of soft, squishy dirt, but not bounce off of hard-plated metal organs? androids. You'd think if it hit the android, it would bounce off of it too instead of being absorbed. It goes into the soft thing and bounces off the hard thing. Wait, no. It bounces off the soft thing and goes into the hard thing. It's opposite of what the words sound like they should. My words are the opposite of sounding like sense. Health? No, it's 3 boxes. Ah, no. We're almost done, so technically this should be possible. And I am going to count it as a victory even if we suddenly lose now. Because I'm going to chalk it up to bad ragdoll luck. Because we are close enough at this point that, yes, technically this could be a victory. And the whole point of today is to test just how far we can get and which situations make the most trouble. And I was right to think that the androids would be the most with this because these weapons suck ass. I, however, do not want to hint any weapons or try to hint nothing if possible. And just see if our luck on assuming what we should do next pans out. Looks like we've got this because these guys are stripped to the point of ragdolling when we shoot them. They don't have their casing anymore. Once they start bouncing from hits, we're pretty well safe. We were fighting 4 androids so long that our turrets completely spent themselves, reloaded, and got launched again. That is wild.
Destroy that device. They haven't detected us. We will definitely succeed.
Equipment crate! There's one of the things. So, that is something that would help with new game playthroughs when you haven't farmed up higher level gear yet. I did just remember that I haven't implemented the setting for I have never beaten Nameless before, which, when enabled, would force you to get all of the progressive stories to be able to complete Nameless on hard before ever requiring any hardest or Inferno missions. Because if you did a new game run without ever having completed him, hardest and Inferno would not physically be possible in the game, unless my mod can also override that. I don't know if it will be a thing or not, because basically anybody who looks into modding or challenge runs would have played the game already. However, that setting would only apply to people who bought the game explicitly for the reason of playing the archipelago, or, I guess, switch from console to PC and had to buy it again to play this. So it is a niche situation and would only ever apply once per person, because after they killed Nameless that first time, it is now irrelevant. Because if I were, at this exact moment, to go start a new file, I can immediately start into Hardest and Inferno. These are locked on your very, very, very first playthrough. I don't know if deleting my file 1 with my actual stuff in it would change that, but I don't want to test that because I've put so much time into this. That is close to 400 hours. Y to delete. Yes. But yeah, if I had no files whatsoever, I don't know if Hardest and Inferno would still be unlocked. But I do not want to test that. Although I might be able to find the save somewhere on my computer and back that up before trying it. But if I back that up and apparently it didn't work, I would still lose everything, and that would make me so very, very sad. So yeah, we're going to need a setting eventually in the YAML for I have never defeated Nameless. Defaulted to false because ideally people will have beaten the game once before doing this. So we now have, let's see, another armor. 325. Everything else is the same. And we are still in the easy, normal, hard of Act 1. We have not unlocked anything else. 11 was giving us issues. Maybe 10 is easier because it's the first one that they appear on, or we just do these both on normal. I'll give this one go on hard. I did not switch the flamethrower again. How much damage was that supposed to do? 60. I guess that would be exactly 69 damage. 66 plus... No, that'd be 68. How the hell did you see a 69? 8 times 8 is 64. And then 4 times 8... 30, so that would be 67? Yeah, but I'm still trying to figure out which weapons would add together to that, because they deal fixed damage regardless of the type. It just scales the enemy health.
It's our usual opponents. Let's go. Eliminate the invaders. Prepare to die.
This is the end.
Maybe it tied in with one of the flamethrowers and it just rapid tiny ticks happened to stop at that point. That would probably be it.
You think we'll allow an invasion? You're about to find out what makes us humans.
What happened to Area B8? It was annihilated by the invaders' attacks.
Damn it, not the civilians, too.
They're heartless. They just kill and kill.
Please, calm down. They're too dangerous.
Yeah, when I shot you, it said it did 70 damage. HP loss was 69. Oh! I'm bad at brain. Remember, do thingy? You're my doofus.
What's going on?
We're the intruders now. Earth already belongs to them.
I probably should have saved the turrets till most of these got here. My troopers also haven't figured out how to walk over here because I climbed a wall. So I'm taking all of the fire instead of spreading it out against my meat shields. No, the turrets landed on a corpse. They despawn when the corpse despawns. It's a funny way to attach things to moving objects, but when those objects disappear, you lose the thing long before you're supposed to.
It's dangerous! Turn back!
Humanity has truly lost. But let them remember that the EDF fought until the very end.
Are any of these hulls? No?
Please, go back! We've lost!
Don't be so defeatist. I'll show you how to put up a good fight.
Be realistic here. The EDF was destroyed 3 years ago from the blasts of 10 motherships.
We lost the war, but this city belongs to humanity. As long as we're still here, they are nothing more than unwanted intruders.
Humanity lost. What's the point of fighting any further? Because we're angry.
Invaders! No, there's too many!
Fight because we're angry. That tends to be how it happens. It's both good and bad in a way. Anger is a good emotion to have because it lets you know that there is something wrong with your situation that you want to protect, something that you care about. A lot of people just use that in the wrong direction and not know what to do with the anger and only cause more pain rather than actually figuring out how to remove the source of the anger. They simply lash out. Anger is a very important thing to have, just knowing how to use it. Flamethrower is not good against these guys, but it was very good against the alphas earlier. I think all my allies died. I'm being looked at. I'm being perceived. Stop perceiving me.
The direction of the war changed that day.
We did it.
Blasts from 10 motherships.
Okay.
Androids.
Easy. Normal.
Everything happens so
Hard.
fast.
They're coming!
Ranger max armor plus 100. 1,000. I thought that was the end of the mission. I really thought that was the end of the mission. Oh no.
We can't handle anymore! This is it! Everyone's been killed!
Oh no.
Is that our fate too?
If we fail this again, I can assume I didn't get the hard but completed the normal fine. And we will do it again with the plus 125 and see if we can earn that 1,000. If we die, I'm assuming we don't have that 1,000. Because by this point, I absolutely do have the capability of beating it on normal.
Please, flee the area, Captain!
But this is so many enemies, I don't think we're actually going to beat it on hard.
It's going around sucking the life out of us! Doesn't seem to be what it's doing! What's the point in fighting?
But we do have the ability I'm fairly certain we could complete the next one on normal as well. And then we'd have to come back to reattempt this on hard, because this is too many things. I do not have the damage to deal with this much. They've already killed my allies, and there is still an entire wall of them. Nothing has died yet, effectively. I simply do not have the damage for this wall. But if they had half the life, I think there's a fairly good chance we could have got that on normal. Okay. So we will pretend we did that on normal and actually succeeded, but not got the hard one. So we don't have that 1,000 yet. And we will do number 11 on normal. So 125 would make us 450. Actually put it on normal.
Our job's the same as always. Take out those
I
machines.
really
Even once
struggle with low damage things,
We've been fighting a losing
especially when they make enemies have such high health.
Things have gone to shit.
I was not expecting 50 minutes into the run to still be stuck in Act 1. We just happened to get one of the weakest possible starting builds. Okay, that damage was much better. They are dying so quickly now. Which implies that, yes, absolutely, we could have got the previous on normal. What could help us beat that on hard? Higher equipment levels, or entirely new class of weapons or equipment? Ideally, both level and equipment, but grenades would be huge. I could take those over turrets because I can repeatedly chuck them and guarantee deaths periodically rather than spraying damage over an area and not being able to confirm a single kill.
Guess I'm moving ahead.
It is important to get enemies off of the field rather than just dealing as much damage as possible. So this is one of the cases where high damage is better than lots of little numbers. That was a discussion that came up last night too. On Twitch TV/GamesDoneQuick during Behemoth Steve's amazing run of Hades 2. Wait, did that happen then or in the practice before that? I can't remember. You should go watch their thing on YouTube and find out. Let me know in the comments on this video. Yeah, it was discussed whether high damage or lots of little damage was the things. You don't remember either. Brilliant. That will absolutely drive engagement on my channel. Susan, you're an idiot. Oh yeah, iced tea.
I'd expect.
humanity is defeated. All we can do now is destroy those things as long as we still have life in us.
Big Monk Enjoyer. I like dealing exactly enough damage to kill them as quickly as possible.
simultaneous attacks by 10 motherships around the world.
If that results in having 2 hits that deal 40 damage, so I can hit their 80 health perfectly, I love that. If I'm dealing 75 per hit and I have 2 very slow hits, I hate that because now I'm doing way more than I need to and it takes longer. So it is entirely game dependent which way that gets skewed. In this case, I'm dealing lots of little things, so in theory it works well, but there is a very high chance that I miss a lot of those little things, so it's much worse than just having a couple bigger damages. If I started with sniper rifles or rockets, this would be significantly easier. Although rockets, I would probably be blowing myself up a lot more point blank against these, because I can't outrun them. I guess that might be a thing I need to test. How do you deal with rockets at point blank, blowing yourself up? I'm sure it's fine. Don't worry about it. Some of the rockets have lower blast sizes, so that would probably be the case. You mix big blast for distance and small blast for... Why won't they get off of my case?
You did good work.
Not over yet. I know that.
There may not be hope, but still we fight.
Yeah, generally I skew towards speed over power, but it's usually in the middle rather than full send to one side. The important part is downing enemies as quickly as possible. And usually quickly as possible means skewed towards speed, but you do need the power to actually make that happen. If it was entirely speed and no damage, it doesn't feel as good. Although I guess, in this case, Wing Diver, they're shooting laser beams. Those hit 60 times per second. So it is technically lots and lots of little ticks. It's just such a high DPS that it feels like a damage thing. The nice thing about those lasers is I can immediately stop firing, so it hits instant, or I hit exactly that threshold and I'm not wasting damage. So I guess you can have hyper speed as long as it has the DPS to match.
Especially not machines.
Mods still have to watch ads? Yeah, because Twitch likes money. You missed that rant?
Fought grenadiers before.
Which one?
So it's doable.
I immediately forgot what we were talking about.
It's over.
Oh, preference of speed versus power. Not game related. Or not specific to this game related. Laser damage thing, yeah. My preference in the speed versus damage debate is DPS. If that happens to be skewed towards speed versus power is variable, but I like not wasting the damage by overkilling things. Because if I was doing 20,000 damage per hit right now to these, that would be entirely pointless. They have like 400 or 500 health. So power is wasted. But conversely, like this one, I have a weapon that shoots 30 shots per second, but only does 8 damage per hit. And a lot of those miss, which is an accuracy issue of the weapon rather than the debate, but I like a balance. The overkill doesn't do anything, though. It's pointless to throw 20,000 damage at something with 500 health. It doesn't do anything. It looks cool. Your face looks cool. 10 out of 10. Best chair I've ever sat on. What? That's it. Overkill only matters 10 where it gives you more XP. See, that has a use, so that's not overkill in my brain. That actually does something. It converts it to resources. Overkill, to me, is entirely wasted. It does nothing beyond the limit, like this game. If I do so much extra damage to something, it doesn't do a goddamn thing. I know it says overkill, but My brain categorizes things different than the average person, which is how we run into situations like Susan existing. I'm Susan. Guess who still hasn't made a Susan no emote? Also, for those who didn't catch it, the face chair thingy was a joke. It's just doing things again. Yes. I need a Susan no emote so I don't just start saying shit. Although I probably will start saying shit because I'm the one who has to say Susan no most of the time. And most of them are so unpredictable, nobody knows they're coming.
Today we were lucky, but who knows?
So what did we get?
I came prepared to
Effectively nothing.
can't believe I made it.
Which means we have not technically unlocked that max armor yet, or anything to get us out of this first act. Which means we have to go replay 2, 3, 4 on hard. It's funny that our story went back into a mission we had completed instead of one of the others, but, you know. I forgot that I set the progression balancing to very low. A random low number, but that probably means it will not put multiple keys in the same area, and the next key will likely be in something I just unlocked. Forgot about that. I am Susan. So 2, 3, 4. That one deals with eggs. Eggs are annoying. Wait, no, that one deals with eggs. This deals with the mother. Let's do the mother on hard. And this is probably the hardest out of those 3, so after completing it, I will simply tag the other 2 as completed as well. Because the goal wasn't to play every single mission. It was to try and get as close to completing a single playthrough as possible in just one stream. And then we ended up replaying the same missions 6 times, 7 times.
We're already en route. First we chased out the aliens, and now we're out killing monsters. When do we get a rest?
We won one battle, but it just never ended.
Monsters detected!
There! Exterminate them! Wipe them out!
Funny enough, I still think I prefer this to Aerator because it feels like I'm doing something, even if I'm doing it poorly. Rather than trying to summon a thing and hopefully it does what I'm trying to do. I just really do not jive with Aerator. I haven't played low-level Fencer. I don't think at all. Because when I started, I just did Ranger because it was the first one, and I figured, okay, after I've done this, I'll play another one. And then I figured out how the loot system worked. So when I was most of the way through Ranger, I started touching the others, but I already had well beyond the minimum, and I wasn't caring about mission level limits, so I would take anything into lower levels. And then eventually stumbled into Wing Diver, and were enjoying them the most out of any because the movement is easy to get into, and it's better than just running and having to roll out of anything to get your animations back.
As long as we keep fighting for it.
Humanity is fended off the primers for now. But can we really call this victory?
We won the war, but now we're all stuck in this mess.
Just keep working hard. Humanity will rise again.
The firecrackers were really nice for destroying these pylons.
Everyone's faces seem brighter now.
I'm gonna have to drop both turrets on it and see if it can burn through all the spawns to get into it.
Get this far.
I have my flamethrower too, but I don't think together it's gonna be enough damage. Because I think it was 2 firecrackers on normal. Unless part of them were missing, I can't remember. Wait, is this range dependent? It does do bigger number close up, my bad.
What is that thing?
It's a teleportation device. It warps monsters in from faraway places. That means the enemy can send in as many monsters as they want. How horrible.
Damn primers. They sure left behind some terrible party gifts.
Old boys, destroy these defects at once.
I am a Susan. Thank you for noticing.
There's only one way to destroy a teleportation aid. Shoot the top part.
He's really taking his time dying.
Aim for the top part.
Okay, I guess the damage isn't much. This is good for the actual spawns, not the device. Found gun is definitely better DPS for single target. Bed. That's where the muscles recover. My muscles are very angry today. I went to the haircutter yesterday, and long story short, their chairs are small, so I have to slouch. And when they try to put you in the sink, I had to effectively plank on top of the chair at a 90-degree angle and rest the back of my neck on the sink to fit. And it was extremely uncomfortable. And they had to do the thing like 6 times to get all the... That one died quickly, what the fuck? But yeah, it was a lot longer than you'd reasonably expect somebody to do. But now my hair is pretty again. I brought it back to my natural color. Can you tell?
Nicely done. Some monsters must have come out of this anchor too. Search the area.
God, I hope it's not mating season.
Mating season? That sounds like redacted.
Monsters incoming.
Another horn.
Damn monsters!
I sip the gay
We'll never
juice.
give up this city.
Shit, they're swarming.
It do be spring. Is spring sprung?
It's hopeless. We're gonna get wiped out.
An extermination team has been dispatched.
Hang on! Extermination teams are equipped with high-speed exoskeletons. They'll arrive in no time.
Custom-made sprays. The newest model.
Wait, did the divination hog day already happen? I am very behind. Words are also disappearing. That's interesting. I missed divination hog day. No! There's supposed to be funny movies about that. predicted more cold. And we're already in spring? How far behind am I? If it predicted more, and then we're already beyond that more.
Extermination team here. We've arrived.
Powered exoskeleton!
I never actually watched these guys arrive and drift in. And this one's stuck? It's not stuck.
Exoskeletons can't make right turns when you join them to vehicles. We'll cover them.
Accepted day for it to be spring. It's literally a season that gets marked on the calendars, no? First day of winter, first day of spring, first day of summer, etc. And the divination hog decides which day spring is, and then they reprint all of the calendars to accommodate that. Have things changed that much in the past week that I've been asleep? God, I wish I could sleep for a week. Sounds like the mother spawned, but I'm shooting the rabble. As long as I'm still seeing damage numbers appear, we're good. Although I'm wondering now, with the amount of damage I've taken, if I'm still playing on normal rather than hard and botch this test entirely. Because I'm not seeing the mother. Oh, there it is. It was past us. I should not have run towards it. I was hoping to use the turrets on it. Okay, we're fine. Except for this one guy in the middle of nowhere, who's going to be out of bounds in a building, and I will not be able to hit them, and it will not count as completed. Oh, there they are. Cool.
Extermination complete, and with 0 civilian casualties.
So that will count as 2, 3, 4.
Now you understand our job.
Story max levels. Neat.
Plenty of rest.
We got the story, though. We are out of the first act. So we don't have to deal with 11 and 10 hard yet. So we still are pretending we don't have the 1000 max armor. As far as we're concerned, this doesn't exist yet because we couldn't beat 10 hard. But we have 150, 250 life. And some of these stars are getting maxed. Neat. And we are at the 250 life, so we are still good on our equipments. Nothing has changed, but we are into the next area. So, is there... I still have some things screwed up here. Okay. I just noticed some of my checks are out of order, because you can see mission 15 and 33 are adjacent, so I'm going to go fix that right now. (1, 2, 2, 4). 1, 2, 2, 4. Need to figure out how I'm supposed to have these written. 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. So it's likely that 33 is supposed to be 20 instead of 2. 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, okay. Okay. That should be fixed for next time. Save. So, are there any interesting missions from 14 to 37? I do want to try shooting these ships with the bound gun. The accuracy sucks, but the range should be fine. That's fine. This we just have to kill a bunch of spiders. Drone invasion. Is this the one with the mothership attack? I think it is. We don't have to blow up the mothership, and the drones will eventually come close enough. That should be fine. Crash the ship. Drone 2 are a lot further away than the drone 1, so I should try this. It's a lot of androids again. Drone 3 are actually closer than drone 2 typically. That's just frogs, that's just the tail anchors. This one gets close enough. That is the drone 3s again. Red machines will be an absolute bitch with just special weapons. Holy shit. This one would probably also be a pain in the ass because there is a lot of them together and you are supposed to have range. So a lot of these I think I would have to do on normal rather than hard to get through them. But we could keep chipping away at it and make it happen. So we're going to try 14 just to start.
It suits you, comrade.
Yay, they like trans.
You look like you mean business.
I trust you have my back.
Hey, newbie. Does the army ration suit your palate? After 5 months of war, the situation has only gotten worse.
That's because we put all our hopes on the Air Force.
So this will likely take a few cycles to do, simply because the damage is so low with the accuracy so bad, and it's throwing out the alphas in the weak spots, so we can't punch through it to actually hit the target through the alphas. It will take several attempts, but should be possible. The one ship is much further in the sky, but with its movement pattern, it should eventually come down to hit it after the other two get destroyed. Also, fun little random fan theory I had. The creatures on these, I related to parts of this game. Like, that looks like the Gammas, the rollers. That looks like the drone 2. Spider, I forget what the spider, mobile base, maybe? You got the drone 1s. And this giant centipede thing looks like the dragon ship at the end. You got Ergonus. Except, apparently, these are references to previous games entirely. I don't remember all of them exactly, but this was a bomber ship in one of the previous games rather than the drone 2. This was a different rolling type enemy rather than the gammas from this one. Which then led me to a funny theory that, hey, maybe the primers from this game are the reason that we don't see the other invading forces. Before the primers was the Ravagers in EDF4? Or the ones before that? I don't know. But they had other kind of giant enemies going on, etc. Since the primers rely on time travel and conquest to basically enslave all these various races, my theory was that maybe the primers happened upon those other forces. In the previous games, we beat back and destroy the Ravagers on this planet, but maybe as we're doing that, the primers were also waging war on them from the other side, which is why the Ravagers were coming here. But in this timelines, the start of these ones, the EDF5 and on, they're getting invaded by the primers rather than the Ravagers because the primers had defeated the Ravagers and assimilated their technology into their cycles. The Hectors, one of the big robot enemies from the Ravagers, they aren't exactly in this force now, but the primers suddenly have the androids, which are a very similar material, and the giant androids are similar in shape, not the exact same. But in their conquest, they managed to find a way to develop these things, and now assimilated the Ravager technology into their own. So, if you extrapolate all this, the primers have defeated all of these other alien species and eventually work their way to us. We defeat the primers and wipe them from existence. Now all of these other species are back. There has been no one to defeat them, so the Ravagers and all the other races that the primers had defeated are now potential threats for future EDF games. Again, it's possible they just entirely reboot everything, but that's my little fan theory. The primers are the reason there's no Ravagers. Alright, one done. We're not struggling on damage. I was entirely focused on my speech rather than properly fighting these, so I don't think we're at any threat of actually losing this. Excuse me. Yeah, that one ship is definitely way too high, but if I take it this other one first, it should be fine.
Amazing job. Well done. This vital information will bring us closer to victory. I'm sending it to
If you go all the way back to monster attack, it's just monsters attacking. And then you have invaders, then Ravagers. I think there was another one in there, and eventually primers. But this one made it pretty clear that the primers are not coming back again after this because we have erased them from time itself. You're going up now. That's rude. I like how the civilians are drawing aggro, though. It means they're not coming after me, because it's not spawning anymore until I wipe out the ones on the ground. I can't see it to test the range. That's fine.
Yes, sir. It's about time. Entering the ring.
I don't know who the villains were in World Brothers. I played little of that. Oh, there is a maximum range, so that's one definitely out of it. We just have to wait for them to move back in. Iron Rain monsters, Hectors, sort of all of them together. Okay. Which makes sense. World Brothers being that you have player characters from every game combined into one. It would make sense that the enemies are also from everyone. It's kind of their own fan shipping.
Excellent skills. Impressive.
Oh, that's a lot over here suddenly. Every EDF happening at the same time? Yeah. I should get back to that at some point. There is a lot going on. It seems even more grind heavy than this one somehow. Hardboy jet lifters? Had boy. Okay, I can read. Girl jet lifters. Yippee! Did they have NB lifters? You're going back up. Stop that. No. Apparently I missed the down cycle. I can't reach you anymore. This is so sad. And exactly why we're testing this. It did come down. Eventually it has to come down again.
Don't worry. I'll protect you.
Don't you give up!
I'm out of ammo.
I'm coming for you. Get into the shooting range.
You troops protect me from the ants. I don't care about them. Ship only. Is way too high to do anything to. Seems like there's specific areas it's low. It's doing a circle, but only half the circle is tipped down. Over these houses, it should come back down to shooting range before going back up, so I have like 2 drops where I can hit it. It's very slightly descending. I threw a turret at, and it missed everything. You're coming down now. Okay. Not close enough yet. Next cycle I should be able to hit it. Oh yeah. So after it flies off again, we will just come back here to the crossroads spot. Hopefully we take it out first. Problem is it's going to be spawning because everything else is dead. So I'm shooting up through a wall of enemies trying to hit it. And also funny building collision. It's going up again. God damn. I get 2 chances to shoot it. I think it's out of range now. Couple tickles. Not enough. Next loop. God damn it. I'm going to try staying over here where we know it is lower, and hopefully anything that drops won't aggro on us, so it will keep its spawns over there and we can't free shooting into it without aggroing more spawns and getting them in our way. Because it can only put so many enemies on the map per spawner, so as long as they stay over there and don't die, it won't bring more in. And it is smoking, so it's absolutely going to die next cycle we can shoot it. Unfortunately, there's like another 3 minutes of waiting. Oh.
Too far. Draw them in. Yes, sir.
Take this! How's that? Easy for you to say.
Sorry, dying.
Battle will begin soon.
Yes, sir.
So it looks like the enemies are staying over there.
I will survive.
We will have to kill them after we finally blow up the ship, but it shouldn't be trying to spawn any as we're shooting it.
Prepare for battle.
Yes, sir.
Some iced tea went down the wrong pipe.
Prepped and ready for battle.
Can't wait.
Battle will begin soon.
Yes, sir.
Battle will begin shortly.
I guess I wasn't exactly at the stop. No, it was the last one, because we were just getting to the hill. This should be the right spot around the corner here.
Battle will begin soon.
Unless it cut through these. May as well. This one did have longer range than the other one, even if it's worse accuracy, so I think it wins just on the range aspect. Hey!
Impressive. I will remember you.
Now it looks like everything is swarming us. So we just get a nice open-ish area. Why are you stuck in a building? It's okay, you can't burn brick. I'm just the pest exterminator.
Keep up the good work.
Woo! Ranger armor! Okay. So we have a single plus 1,000. And another 25. So we are going to go back and attempt number 11. And if we can complete that, we will have 2 plus 1,000s. So I should have 1475. The nice thing about having higher max armor is it also means that each health pickup does that much more. There is still a good chance I don't have the damage to deal with this, but there is also the possibility that I can heal through it anyways. And if I get this, since we already ticked off number 10 hard, it will count for both. Because I accidentally clicked that earlier when we did normal instead of hard. Or we preemptively clicked the hard, not realizing there was still another wave. It sounded like we had completed and I was mistaken. So one thing the manual did was forcibly prevent you from accidentally clicking out of logic things, but there is still no protection from accidentally clicking things you didn't complete or unsending, which I guess the only way to do that would be if they delayed sending it out and gave you like 5 seconds to cancel instead of instantly. Because I have DLC 1 and DLC 2 enabled, there is 4 plus 1,000 armors for each class in the pool. I do not have Inferno enabled, so I do not have the 5th one. Imagine the muscle strength you'd have to just roll into a building and make it explode at like 100 meters a second away from you. Because ideally, these posts would be in the ground, at least somewhat, instead of entirely sitting on top with the little feet. But I guess maybe they do just have the little feet. But you just walk up to it. Effectively no movement. You roll, and it just explodes. Everything is torn from each other and launched. How strong would you have to be to do that? Or I guess how much force would you have to hit it with to do that? Way too goddamn much. That's how much.
Humanity is defeated. All we can do now is destroy those things as long as we still have life in us.
This place is a mountain of rubble.
Not just here, either.
That's not rubble, that's a building. Number 15, under the green sun.
They ended everything.
The blast killed everyone, except a few survivors.
Don't be afraid of death. Whether you die today or die tomorrow, that's the only difference.
I'm done with hoping and wishing. I'm gonna make them pay.
My life means nothing if no one else survives. Let's do this.
They're here. Kill those machine men before they call their friends.
I try not to think about people living in apartments. I don't know, that's just very disturbing. It's much better to have all these androids about instead, right? But no, I don't think the sky looked like this when the people moved in. Even though, if we blow them up now, they will still be rebuilt. So clearly, somebody is living in the city and building stuff. Lawful good werebears. Adorable.
That was the last one.
Do werebears build nests? I don't know enough about their lore. Because these could be nests. Big, bricky nests.
I'm sick and tired of canned food.
I think we died by now on all my previous attempts. So we should be fine. Lycanthrope changed. You become the alignment of the Lycanthrope type and go on a mindless rampage. Wear pairs lawful good, so go on a lawful good rampage. Build orphanages, affordable housing. Hell yeah.
No intruders allowed here, especially not machines. I fought grenadiers before and I survived, so it's doable.
You say that like there's...
Once they show up,
Oh.
it's over.
Foreshadowing Grenadiers. They don't actually appear in this because this is still Apocalypse. Right.
Time to run! Moving first gives us the advantage. Let's attack.
Yeah, I should try at least one mission with them to see how it works out. Because all you have to do is at least run away and let them blow up themselves. You don't get loot, but they still die and allow you to complete the mission. As long as you don't die to their explosions when they blow themselves up. Because usually they jump and lie down on the ground, so you can just keep running away. It's not like you're going to be hit stunned, so you get your full movement speed. Just hit sprint and go in a circle till they all fall down. That might be only possible with the higher movement speeds, because when I play Ranger, I always use one of those, and right now I only have base speed. And they're also faster on hardest and Inferno, but we are only playing up to hard right now.
Complete destruction of the enemy.
We wiped them out. Lower your weapons.
Understood.
You bunch are getting to eat. What a waste of food.
Foot soldiers really do determine the tide of battle. I knew
How
it.
many years will it take to clean all this up?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain this mission's a success. There's no additional waves. It's just what's on map now. Unless I'm misremembering where I am, but no. We just took a bigger circle. So, should be everything on map now. And in 2 separate groups. Possibly 3. Five? No. I just watched a playthrough of it, half coordinated. Did a really good full game, all missions run. So I paraphrased the story out of the shortened speedrun missions. Not last Christmas, but the year before, when I first got this game. I binge watched that over the Christmas break when I was unable to start playing through 6. So I got pretty much a full story catch up before diving into this one. It's not perfect because it is a speedrun and cuts off things, but close enough. Fencer speedruns? Yeah. They did play Fencer.
Under control.
That was the last one. Guess I'm moving ahead. It's starting soon. I'll leave the protecting to you.
We've got our gun back, we've got full health. We have no reason to fear, right? Fencer movement tech. Dashing and then attacking specifically with a certain type of spear and then dashing again lets you move very quickly. From what I could tell. Certain things together have negative dash intervals, so you can do it even faster. I've never attempted to do that. I just alternate dashes and jumps, and I've found an infinite change, so I can move fairly quickly. I don't need to care about perfect speed. Easy.
Today we were lucky, but who knows about tomorrow?
I came prepared to die. Can't believe I made
So that would be 11 hardest. Not hardest, just hard.
But we survived. You're alive.
So we now have both of the plus 1000s in the pool. We have effectively infinite armor. We have more now than we did at the end of my previous test. Oh. But also, we are including a goal that is much further into the game and DLC 2, which is much harder. So, I do have to go through worse things. It balances itself out. So we have 2,475. We have earned both of those. Alright, which missions do we need to worry about up to 37? We confirmed that was fine for range. That one's fine. That's fine. I need to try the drone 2s. So this is 18.
Is that the mothership? Yeah, and it's number 9.
Because these guys are much further away than they appear to be.
AFEs, move out. Infantry, move with the AFEs.
And my projectile speed also sucks, so I just have to pepper the sky and hope enough things fly into it, I guess.
That's a ship? It's as big as a city! That thing can fly?
Their technology is on a completely different level.
Oh, hey, ants.
We lack in technology, we make up in bravery.
What the hell is with those drones?
The mothership's protected by evolved drones!
These are stronger than any drone seen before. They're specially made to protect the mothership.
Incoming monsters!
It is entirely possible that we don't have these two 1000 armors by now. So, realistically, your life should be an issue. If we ever dip under 1000 life in this mission, let me know.
These drones will be referred to
Because that would mean I am exceptionally bad. But also it probably will be an issue, having health and special weapons as your weapon. I already had to arbitrarily force the Fencer and Aerator to start with specific groups of weapons. So I could do the same for this as well.
Infantry, stay close to the AFEs.
Wing Diver close range weapons against these fast moving high up things would be absolutely annoying as hell. If all you have is a power lance and a rapier versus these, I would not enjoy that now that I think about it. There is so much bullshit in this game. Technically, you can fly close enough in the sky to hit them, but they are also moving very quick.
extraterrestrial beings similar to humans.
So if they decide to, they can keep flying around forever, and you would likely have very low health as the diver, because there is less of their 25s in the pool. And the 1000s are not guaranteed. We have been very, well, not guaranteed yet. They are guaranteed at some point, but not yet. We got lucky that we got them so early. That one's too far. It flew in though, so we're good. I can't hit it. Oh, it blew up.
Yes, sir.
And stop shaking.
The enemy is here. Something's approaching. It's alien flying ships.
It is always possible that in the ammo options, you set start with specific type of weapons
They're flying in the air.
in addition to what it randomly assigns you.
Look, something's piloting it.
If I knew which class I started as, I could start with one specific ranged thingy, but I don't want to force me to start with 4 specific things that are really good, because the challenge of dealing with whatever else is where it comes from, so you need to unlock those others.
So that is the enemy's landing ship.
I guess in theory I could start with item rather than start from pool, so that I could still unlock it from somebody and only use them as absolute backup things until I get a second copy of sniper rifles or something as a personal bypass to softlock issues. So like I would start with the Ranger sniper rifles because that's just reliable, solid, but it's not high DPS. It's not something you'd ideally use in every mission. The Fang, etc. are very good. But if I start with that, I will try to do everything without it, but then should I absolutely need it to avoid softlock or holding up the entire multi-world, I could bring that in as a backup and only use it regularly after I receive a second copy of it. For the air raider, I would take the limpet guns because, again, sniper is enough to do the thing technically, but won't break the game wide open. Wing diver, I would take... I can't remember if it's long range or ranged. One has the cannons, which would be too powerful. I would take the bolt shooter one. I think that's long range. And then fencer, I could cannon, because the auto cannons are the machine guns, etc., which are closer range. The cannons are slow and, while powerful, they do take risk to use because you're effectively immobilized while doing it. So if I force that into the start pool and only use it as a backup, I wonder if the game settings could randomly assign that to you as well, because that does the from pool. The above me special weapons and gun placements do not exist in the pool because the game forced them into my start inventory. So these would be different than the YAML start inventory, which would duplicate it effectively. I don't know, however, if those two combine and it can give me 2 copies of sniper rifles off the bat, for example.
I can't believe it! Their wounds are healing!
Their self-healing ability is abnormal.
Their arms have regenerated! So have their feet!
Looks like the aliens can regenerate their bodies too! They can recover fast, even during injury.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that because I don't have a good solution for it yet, and I'd rather not hold up people on something I'm still trying to troubleshoot in a way. Maybe somebody else has a better idea for that, but it seems like the solution I will use for my next actual multi-world rather than solo testing. These guys killed all my troops? I felt like I was doing so good against you. How'd you kill everyone? I guess it skips the final voice lines.
Aliens on the ground have been exterminated. Good job.
There are more in the air! Alien landing ships!
Enemy ships are landing.
Yeah, this mission's over. As soon as they drop, it skips to the end, so I'm gonna mark that as done. I forget which number it was. Is that 18? I feel like it was 18. I scrolled to put that in the middle of my screen, but I'm not sure, so I will wait.
They've landed! It's a whole army!
There are way too
At this
many
point, the game considers us 5% done everything in 2 hours. And this is the easier parts, but I did have to repeat things several times because I screwed up. Let me just make sure that was 18. Yes, okay. Special throwing grenades. Ooh, what are they? Thermite grenades, capacity 3, 6-second reload. Okay. That's the healing one, never comes back. Binary rounds were very powerful, I remember that. Significantly more damage. And faster recovery, so I will try that. I don't think anything gets fire resistance or similar, so neat. We also got a ranger armor, right? Yes, we are at 8 of the 25s, which, remember my buttons, puts us to 2,500. What else did I need to try? That's effectively just urgeness, that's fine. That's a bunch of ants, that's fine. Because we have the flamethrowers, which should be fine. Androids. Drone 3, I guess we could test. Because those corpses get very thick and fall on top of you and are an absolute pain in the ass, and without punch through, low damage versus their dot. I wouldn't necessarily have this armor. That could be a bitch. That's kind of the same as what we just did with different froggies. That's just a lot of spiders at a distance. That's a mix of 3s and... Actually, is this one that I made a priority thing? Where's my spreadsheet? I forgot that I mentioned this earlier. Some of these areas have guaranteed better stuff. So I should do Urgeness normal, at least, to get something unlocked, or a boost. Unsure. Big sneeze. But having these thermite rounds will actually help with this considerably, so I'm going to try hard. The chance at getting another unlock here is nice. It's never a progression thing, but there's guaranteed something I will enjoy here. I guess it could be the 25 armors. I could get more complicated, say booster unlock, not filler, to take the 25s out of the pool, so it'd be a guaranteed 100 armor, +1 max level, unlock.
Prepare for Ergonus. Infantry, destroy surrounding monsters.
Yeah, removing the 25s would make this much better, but not guaranteed to be equipments.
Material collapser. Okay, EMC it is.
It complicates things in spreadsheet form, but I accidentally hid chat again. Here we are.
Redirecting Ergonus was a success. Withdraw.
Oh. Apparently I can just walk through your treads. They're barrels!
To the infantry units.
These big-ass oil drums attached to nothing. I am the tank now. Ha ha ha.
Crush Ergonus with the EMC.
How else can I get inside you?
To the front. All personnel, support the EMC.
The R&D costs are out of this world.
Why did you start moving again?
Ergonus is finally dead.
EMC, advance.
Looks like the only part I can get inside is the treads. I can technically look through this by clipping the camera in, but that doesn't do anything.
Helicopters, withdraw. Ergonus approaching.
These smaller barrels.
EMC, prepare to attack.
You better be sure before you say it. Ready for battle. The fight is
Someone get on the World of Tanks forum and ask them if these are legit.
EMC beam engaged.
These are definitely based off something in real life, but it's probably not the same.
What's going on with the EMC?
I can't increase the output. Hang on.
The enemy's right there. Hurry.
This is the first time it's been used in the field.
Damn it.
I'm retreating. Give me cover. The EMC cost $100 million. Don't let it get hit.
The fire missed.
Protect the EMC.
I can't force reload them either. This is so sad. How long do you burn for?
Maelstrom 2 and 3. Advance and surround.
Long enough to know better? There they go.
Maelstrom 2.
So I have to be pretty sure that I actually hit it, which is hard on something that's this fast. And they have a limited throwing range.
Encircle it. And
It will be much better than the turrets in this case, because my turret option was effectively point-blank flamethrowers. Yippee, the fire sticks to it. That is one hot ass. Susan. Now it's a fire crotch. Susan. Why am I like this? The don't know what kind of... No! That is phrasing I am not reading out loud. Definitely was a good choice bringing the thermite, though. Whoa. That building fell and it looked like I jumped into the sky for a second. That was trippy as heck. Damn you, slightly raised ledge. Throwing off my reload for the grenade because it's such a delay. Good, still hit it. I'm surprised we haven't had the voice lines to advance yet. There's been too much damages. Encircle it. Anything. Oh yeah. Considering the extra 3,000 damage it's done every time I've used it, and hitting every bound gun shot only does like 1,000. Okay, now we're effectively done. It's shortly after this voice line it actually leaves. It just staggered multiple times. Interesting. It's like my tanks realized they had ammo and could use it. You are leaving. Have a couple last ants to clean up. I don't know if they are required.
K6 here. Our strategy failed. Please, check its escape route. These units are engaged in battle in Ergonus's path. Excuse me? This is bad. Have them retreat. K6 here. Our strategy failed. Any units in Ergonus's path should retreat quickly.
I don't think I got it. No, I still see it bouncing on the map. That sucks. Okay. So that was 19. It gave us more armor! Generic 100. Bound gun! That's the basic one, but 6 damage will absolutely help next time we're forced to do this. Because that's the only one you could use from level 5. This is the 10. 30 times 8 would be 240. 12 by 12 is 144. So yeah, we are doing, in theory, 100 more damage. However, that is huge accuracy difference as well. We need to do 31 for Mother's Domain. We have the health. This shouldn't be an issue. It's just going to be annoying. The thermite, if it misses the mother, is going to suck as well. Because it's a long time to come back and we don't have the damage, so we're just going to get blood lasered for a while.
When monsters sense danger, they speed up the hatching process. Be on the lookout.
They take too long to fly. And these things have such weird hitboxes. I'm lucky that it's sitting on it. Keeps confusing me why I'm seeing blue ants, because that's a DLC 1 thing. But it's just because this weapon shoots blue projectiles. Okay, those should hit. Are you not dead yet? Really? How are you not dead yet? Thank you.
Mother monster down.
We're here with the situation report. While humanity had maintained the upper hand, the situation has changed drastically with the appearance of an android unit. Battles continue to rage around the world, and the situation is ever changing. Those living
We have to blow up so many of these eggs manually, which is why I'm gonna skirt around rather than directly going to the next mother, because we would have to run back and kill them anyways. I thought that if you killed every mother, it would just instantly hatch all the eggs, but there's some threshold of eggs that also need destroyed first. I could, in theory, farm to specifically give me better special weapons for Ranger at low levels. Just put on actual farming gear, find a mission which drops the 5 to 10 range, and just play that a bunch to give me less hell the next time I'm stuck in this situation, because neither of these weapons are max stars. If I could have more damage and accuracy, there would be much less threat in a good way. I think my range was already maxed, so it wouldn't change the turning point much. However, if I had the damage, I could avoid the cycle, etc. Slight changes. Which is why I'm really hoping the pristine crates will be a thing for the actual mod. Just give you fully leveled shit, rather than hoping you accidentally farm it at the same time as playing. Because that would be miserable. Probably a fresh new game file. When you don't have any of the low star stuff even unlocked yet. Which, if you play a single character through the entire game, you beat normal, maybe you went back and did hard with them as well. Sure, you'll have a good amount for them, but if you get any of the other characters, the drops were skewed towards the one you did play. So there's a chance you don't even have half the shit unlocked. Especially if you haven't done the excessive farming like I have. You are hurting me a ton, holy shit. I wonder if somehow the thermite managed to hit myself from its animations. Because it didn't seem like the blood laser was doing that much, and then suddenly it did.
Mother Monster down!
This would be absolutely miserable without these special grenades and just special weapons. I should make a note in my README of how to give yourself additional random starting weapons from the class. Because we started with one ranger weapon. If we had two, there would at least be a choice. So you wouldn't be entirely stuck with these. The other might not be any better, but there's situations where it could avoid, etc. Because I was going to give myself forcibly specific ones that I knew would deal with the range issue. In a way that I would find more enjoyment out of it. Because the point of this shit is to have fun, and if you're not having fun... Why? We already don't have fun at the work. Why would we also want to not have fun at the play? Those are gonna miss. No, they hit! Let's go. You get off your high horse and come down here. Please die. Yippee!
Third Mother Monster down! All Mother Monsters have been eliminated.
Where are you hiding? Why are you hiding? The wing divers finally joined! They took out an enemy! Okay, that was 31 for Mother's Domain.
Now we can get the facility back online.
Ragdoll trap! No! Okay. So we got the fencer armor for our potentially better thing, but rip. We are getting the level 10 stuff right now, it's just not what we need, per se. That's the one we're using, though! Yay, better cooldown. 0.7 seconds. Hot Springs has a massive range issue, and there's a lot of enemies at once. They can shoot me from the top of the cliffs. I would have to run up the cliffs to be able to shoot them. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. Winged Army. I think they have an extremely low ragdoll threshold, so as long as you can hit any, they fall. This should be possible. It's just a question of, can you whittle them down before they swallow you? This one does throw giant androids and greys. That's gonna be a bit messy. Crumbling Town, green ants. Flamethrower cleans those up nicely, so this shouldn't be an issue at all. This one has a lot going on. The one ship stays very high in the sky. I have to try this. I'm only going to do it on normal, because it's possibly a range issue and not anything else.
Are we the only ones here? They got to everyone else. Damn androids.
The enemy's got numbers. This is near impossible.
As far as I know, that one ship is stationary after the initial fly-in, and it is very high.
Here, that's gotta count for something.
This must be fate.
We've got no help.
There is a lot of checks I could still do. It's possible there's a weapon in there, but it's also possible there is no weapon in there. There's our test against drone ones. We definitely can hit them because they fly in close enough.
It should be around somewhere.
Egg. Drones do not come back. Greys do not come back. So if I can take them out earlier, it removes some of the more annoying enemies.
An egg-shaped ship. The ship that carries their god. If we could just find it.
Can you stop? What a jerk. I forgot there's frogs as well. They won't come back either, because there's no drop ships. I don't like that our troops are already dying, though. Because we do not get reinforcements until after a number of spawners are killed. Damn spider. Just jumped in front of what was meant to try and hit the gray. And that frog won't go down. Fuck. Ledged. Okay, good. Nope. It hit the arm and the arm burnt off. Not good. I am killing an amount of things, but I'm pretty sure they're spawning faster than I can kill them because there's multiple spawners. And it's taking me a long time to get through the ones that don't respawn. And this is on normal. I've taken almost 1,000 damage trying to do this. All of my troops are dead. Special weapons just suck if they're your only thing. And these throwing grenades have way too slow a projectile speed. Looks like it should hit. A second later, the enemy moves. It misses. Another second later, it finally hits the ground and starts dealing damage to nothing. And with the ragdolls, this is going to be extremely annoying. The whole point was that by playing on normal, I could quickly clean these up and test if I can even hit the ship. But no, I can't even quickly clean these up. I'm not sure I can even clean them up, period, because... Okay. There's still the ragdolling one alive, but this one looked to be more damaged. It was. Finally hit it! Okay, it looks like I can hit this as well. And that was the high one I wasn't sure about. I think we have taken all the special enemies off the map, so it's just dealing with these until the android spawners come in, but that's a giant, so we still haven't technically taken all the special ones off. Here are just regular alphas. I'm going to take these red ones out first. Because getting grabbed is worse than them spitting. These also have more health. So if I can limit the number of difficult enemies when the android spawners come down, make it a little easier. Would probably be better to take the spider one out first, because I think the next ship spawns them. There they are.
That ship! That's the one that brought the androids!
There's a gray in here.
An evolved ship, huh?
We believe it's a carrier for androids.
The tide of battle changes with the
Oh, you
ship's
moved.
appearance. That ship is death itself.
Androids! Androids are coming!
Those can't go high enough, they don't have the shot speed. Which means I'm shooting this forever. Okay. Lowish health. Yippee! Okay. Glad that guy died. It's fast and annoying. Damage on spider ship will be very helpful, because I would like to kill that next. Good. More spiders are gonna spawn. I need to remember this was normal, not hard, when I click the thingies. Probably gonna take a short break after this. I'm gonna write that I want those starting things in my file for next time. Personal file, not world settings, so everybody can start with what they want. We are finally getting our reinforcements, which basically clear the rest of the mission for us. I guess in theory they could end up killing that other ship. I need to see if they can shoot up.
Can't believe the fight is still going on. This is Gone One. Supporting infantry units. Infantry unit. Powered exoskeletons here for support.
Okay, we hit it. Good start. Excellent. Close. Got it. I think we actually did have an easier time with the aerator than we are with this. As much as I didn't like them, I'm pretty sure it was in fact easier. I don't remember how far we got on normal before getting hard. And I was trying to do hard things as soon as I unlocked it. And I did technically have to complete a hard mission to get out of Act 1. Or Chapter 1. Gone One, are you shooting up? Or are you just kind of there? Oh, they're walking past it. So I have to teach them how to walk backwards.
Prepare to engage. Yes, sir.
Unless they completely ignore it and only go up because they expect you to have killed this thing. They maybe have expected you to kill this thing. But it does look like it has not come down at all, which means that a shorter weapon might not be able to, such as the Fencer Force Blades. I just realized that by forcing a starting weapon, it would mean there's only 3 things not in the Fencer pool, because I would get 2 random plus the cannons. It's possible the cannon is one of the 2 I get already, so it's only 4, but starting with half the weapons, damn. I am saying it's a backup thing, so not what I want to use primarily. It's a specifically only if situation. Easy, normal, not hard armor. And another trap. Ugh. For reference, we are using a level 10 assault rifle effectively with 8.4 damage. Minion burst is 96. The Stork, which would be more comparable, is 30. A Raven, which has the closest in rate of fire, is 24. This drops off instead of being static, but it also has a faster reload, and better accuracy, and bigger clip. And if you're in the optimal range for the damage, that's also not requiring any boosted stuff. That's a 3 weapon versus a 10. Ugh. The next Raven is over 5 times the damage. At worst, it's almost tied with this. Going up would give us a bigger flamethrower for 0.65. It doubles the flamethrower damage. That would make it useful again. And more range. That's a shame. Okay. Notepad. Close that. Close that. Close that. 6 YAML. Start inventory. F. Sniper rifles. A. R. And pet guns. W. D. Need to check which category I wanted for diver. Long range. R. Sniper rifles, not F. Cannons. Make sure I probably wrote that right. It's fine. We'll have to just generate another and see if that works for me later. I don't think I had any more priority looking missions here. 37 gave boosts and unlocks. I'm not sure what else we could change. I'm just forcing myself to have other stuff. Up! Thank you. I didn't try grenadiers. We do have the kiting solution. Throw this back on hard.
My heavens! It's an army of grenadiers!
We've got no air reinforcements. We're in trouble.
Don't expect any help. This job is on us.
The grenadiers shouldn't be a problem if
I
you know how
won't
to
be
deal
able
with
to
them.
blow them up,
They
almost
don't treat
certainly.
us, So just keep your distance.
Are we meant to be the Suicide Squad?
I'll take care of any that get close.
This weapon can take them down.
So technically I can blow some of them up. Yeah, I can shoot through a grenade from almost full. The issue here mostly seems to be the giant grenade, or giant androids. Your ragdoll ones that could lead to other issues. Having the thermite makes that definitely possible. Yeah, I don't think these will be nearly as much of an issue.
Shooting the grenades should take
Famous
out the
last
grenadiers
words.
in the process. Just make sure you're far enough away to avoid the blast. You may also use the explosion to eliminate nearby enemies. Aiming for a grenadier in the middle of a group of hostiles might serve to take them all out.
Steveth believeth.
It seems destroying
Yippee! He woke up again.
grenades explode after a few seconds on the ground. Either way, it buys you some time.
I should make a roast beef sandwich. That actually sounds really good right now. Multi-aching? No, not the aches. Yeah, their damage isn't bad, so I don't think this is the worst.
Incoming androids. Wait, what are those?
Giant grenadiers carry giant grenades.
Giant grenadiers carry giant grenades. Do not get close. Attack them from afar.
Damn. If only we could get air reinforcements.
There are enemies. Be sure to shoot them. Thanks, game. I was planning on just looking at them and wiggling my big, beautiful eyelashes. Do you think it would work?
Yes, sir. Why are there new ships gathering at that location?
Their new ships can travel more than 10 kilometers in an instant. They must have predetermined waypoints to keep their fleet intact.
Point set up. I imagine speed will become a problem.
So that did 200-ish damage. But I can absolutely just walk backwards out of these. Yeah, I don't think this mission will be an issue in any way. Missions with spawners and you not having enough damage, or missions with enemies very far away and you not having the range. Those seem to be the issues. I guess technically they blew a bomb into me, so I couldn't dodge it, so yeah, if I had 500 health still, I'd be dead. And the fact that I have 2600, I've only gained 400 additional on my starting 200. If I didn't have the thousands, the 600 would be sketchy right now. But I could have kept running in circles to try and avoid things, pick up health, etc. The issue comes back to single large health enemies. And not having enough damage to whittle them down quick enough.
Let's chill out a bit.
I don't think there's anything left in this act that would cause us significant trouble on normal. So, when I come back from my break, I'm going to click the easy and normal for every mission in this act and see if there's anything we get that really changes things. Maybe we will have to do a couple more hard to progress. Maybe those easies and normals unlock everything we actually need to keep pushing on. Maybe they unlock a different weapon and we're not stuck with this for another chunk of time, but yeah. That was Grenadiers, which is 29. I can't remember if that was hard. I think I put that to hard. Yes, I was on hard. So we just got a tiny bit of ranger armor, area levels. Okay. Gives that armor. And when we come back, we will give ourselves the free Act 2 for easy and normal. But for now, I need to go eat a sandwich. So, see you in a bit. Okay, so still planning to give myself everything on normal up to 37. And then 37 we will attempt to actually do the hard. Because there is a lot of enemies from different directions, including flying enemies. Greys, giant androids, queens. We have not seen the queen hornets yet. So it would be really good to test bound gun versus all of those. But it's possible we don't need just bound gun by completing easy normal of everything. Ranger armor, irrelevant, kinda. Progressive difficulty, so we have hardest unlocked, technically. Ranger armor again, so we have 3,000 armor. Wing diver levels don't help us. More ranger armor. Ranger armor. Ranger level. Okay, we're up to 15s. I've yet to see any of the +1 levels. Wing diver weapons. More armor. More armor. Full health. More armor. Four wing diver armors in a row, that's wild. There's a max level, so we're at 16. I'm gonna skip 36 as well. We'll just pause clicking that till after I try it, because no. I already did 36. Okay. So now we're going to actually attempt 37 hard. After we fix our equipments. So we have 15 25s. 16 would be 400. So we have 375, 675, plus our 200 is 875. Let me just round to the 875. And then we have 3,000 on top of that, so 3,875. And our weapons are still the same types. However, we have 15, 16 on our max level. Which means just the flamethrower. That extra one didn't do anything. Which means bound gun and a slightly better flamethrower. However, this equipment, arrow reverser is healing, or I can go gun D, single 49. It's not upgraded super nice, but 1.5 damage. Flamethrower again. 1.1. Zero gun? Machine gun 4.9. It's 1.1 with two of them. That has a longer range, better damage, etc. This is probably just more reliable overall. Suddenly very cold. So 36 we did. 37 hard is our current goal. And if this doesn't give us progressive story, we have to go back and do hard versions of some of these to try and get there.
Initiating battle system. This is gone too. Reinitiating. I'll take down their missiles.
Drones incoming!
This is the end. Don't die before I do. Yes, sir.
I did 2 damage. Let's go.
The storm unit is under attack. We have to do something about it.
I'm sorry. There's no one left to save.
Everything's out of range. Except for the spiders. No! He probably took the full face tank from the king. Because if you are in the wrong spot when it fires, every single one attaches to you, you just go down.
We've got to do something. We just have to.
I forgot I could throw turrets onto buildings and give it some more height.
Winged aliens approaching.
We also skipped over the tadpoles, so this will be a good test of how this fares against them.
This is Brooklyn, New York. Join from the Resistance speaking. We've lost every fighting man and woman in the area. There are currently 200 people hiding in secure locations, mostly elderly and children. We're slowly running out of water and food. But this is not a call for rescue. We are committed to fight till the end. We are only common civilians, but we have started our military training. We just want to let you know that we will hold our ground. Brooklyn, New York.
It's too far.
Yes, sir.
Seems like mostly luck whether or not we hit it. I move closer though, it's possible the turrets start hitting the queen, which is deciding to sit outside of range. All my troops are dead. flying in closer, I can hit it more. There we go. Oh, that's a lot of droids. We have probably lost everybody by now. Flamethrowers would be able to punch through, however, these turrets hit at a bigger distance with more damage. I don't think it'll matter. I didn't remember the ditch. Ragdolled me away from the health. That's not good. Things are popping. That is good. The extra range on this is definitely helping over the other one, because I'm hitting multiple things in this massive horde. A lot of them will be significantly weakened. It's just a question of when they pop to make things easier. Almost got our turrets back. That'll help quite a bit too. Multiple ragdoll enemies, that's bad. Unfortunately, I can't see where they are, because there's a lot of explosions. Almost to our third set of turrets. I think this is victory. Just the giants left. Too much health. We depleted 3 turrets and still haven't finished it. Low damage sucks. But absolutely viable, because we just did it.
Teleportation anchor from airspace number 6.
These drop in and the mission ends. We don't actually have to kill anything else. But by killing them, it gets more boxes for us to potentially have slightly better stars. Okay, so that was hardest, or hard. And that gave us effectively nothing new. So we need to go figure out which of these missions actually unlocks this thing. All of Act 1 hardest is available, as well as this act we have a few hard missions. I'm going to take one hardest, because that's just tutorial. There's nothing critical there. 25 armor. Rounds us off. Okay. So, there is the hard ones here I didn't complete. I also just theorized that I'd be able to do it on normal and click the easy normal. So we will have to actually do the hards. I don't want to cheat that much. I think resultingly this will not be a single playthrough or single stream playthrough. I just want to see how cursed exactly I am to only have the freaking special weapons. I do not want to hint the weapons. Because there's like 6 or 7 other trees it could be, and we don't know which one would be next because it's not a progression, it's a nice to have.
Evacuation isn't complete yet. This is a residential area. If we don't exterminate the monsters immediately, there will be casualties. Newbie, stay close.
Monsters are coming from underground. Seems like they dug holes and are hiding underground. Can't believe they're hiding down there.
Calm down. Kill them all. For a new recruit, you handle yourself pretty good.
The monsters have been confirmed to be species beta. They are tricky monsters that can shoot red.
Well done, newbie. Okay, let's go.
We almost have the same colors.
Those civilians are trying to escape.
Protect the civilians. Monsters, exterminate them.
It was very hard to make these outfits look as nice as the diver ones. I didn't like which color ended up being where, so it was hard to figure out how I liked it together. I could try recoloring some of these, it's been a while.
I'm sure they'll start the next wave of attack.
We thought about that too, but we should have some time before the enemy start Plan B. All we can do now is try to weaken their combat strength.
Then let's do it. We will win this battle as well.
Can't entirely tell what's happening, but the hordes did vanish. So I will accept it.
This is the Chief Commander.
Egg.
We discovered an overwhelming gigantic ship among the flying objects. The pylons crashing from the skies are also launched by this ship. This type of ship is now designated as Mothership. Taking down the Mothership.
Mothership gives birth to baby ships.
Incredible! Are you really a newbie?
There's a few monsters remaining.
He's talking about that massive thing, right?
We wiped out most of the monsters. Only a few
I was not expecting to be this sleepy. A little bit of cold air. Some food in my belly, and it's like, nope, nap time. It's early enough in the day I could without ruining my sleep schedule. I was not done with this game yet, though. I hate that weekends are only 2 days.
And are continuously launching pylons. We must take down all 10 of them.
Easy victory.
There are 10 of those?
Was it actually victory? I thought, yep.
I don't think the Air Force is capable of taking down 10 of them.
Monsters are coming from underground.
Did they just come from underground? Did the monsters dig an underground tunnel?
A mothership has appeared in Europe. It silently hovers over a city.
It must be onto something.
We think this is a good opportunity. We're planning an operation to attack the mothership.
So yeah, I think that the flamethrower actually did a lot here.
Air raid has already failed, but if we approach the mothership from the ground, it is possible to do some damage.
Now is the time.
Let's go. Entering the rain.
The enemy is outside the range.
Come on, get into range. Ready to take off.
Looks like I was saved by the newbie.
You're amazing. Do you want to join our team officially?
Was that 15? I am falling asleep. Uh-oh. That was 15. Fencer levels. I have the same amount of fencer levels as I do Ranger. Air Raider I have more. Wing Diver, I have the same. So we have the same level spread on everything, it's just we only have Ranger unlocked right now.
It started! Hurry!
So in theory, this mission, you can shoot the ships down much earlier. But unfortunately,
Those monsters are just another endangered species.
this weapon's not going to be able to reach it in time. We just have to kill everything.
Don't get careless.
What a huge fleet.
We need to prevent damage above all else. Exterminating those monsters is our priority.
I'll run around, try and pick up as many stray troops as possible.
You? Ah, crap! My armor's broken!
And we still don't reach them in time.
Come here!
to engage.
Teleportation ship approaching!
Hurry! Civilians are in danger.
Civilian? The next evolution you never wanted.
The teleportation ship's releasing monsters.
The monsters are coming down.
Forget about the teleportation ships. Defeat the monsters.
Wake up. I don't think I'm gonna wake up.
Nothing's gonna change till we bring down that saucer.
Prioritize civilian lives. Every bit of damage we prevent.
To be fair, it has been 3.5 hours, even with our 10-minute break in the middle there.
A teleportation ship's coming down.
There is a guy standing in the pit. I missed one.
Incoming teleportation ship.
Looked like an assault rifle.
We are soldiers, brave and strong. Our muscles will protect
I could hint a backpack item. So a vehicle or the assist passive thingies. Passive thingies would probably be more useful, because I use those in general over the vehicles. But I kind of want to see what the vehicles actually change for us, if anything.
Some fancy aerial stuff. Those damn saucers, they'll pay for what they've done.
I think that was the last wave?
Ship is headed to this area.
Yes.
What the hell? What happened to our air units?
Armor!
Aerial attack failed. Drones are pouring out of the mothership.
I should hint the progressive story, because that's what we actually need.
Drone attacks on the city are expected.
At this rate, the damage will be unimaginable.
"33 hardest? That can't be the next one." That is technically in the missions we have unlocked, however, I would need several levels to get there. 33 hardest requires 4 for an unlocked class. We have 2. Nice, cap those.
It's here! Take your positions!
They're so stubborn! How far is it gonna chase us?
There's nowhere to hide in this type of terrain. We're like rats in a trap. You've got it backwards. This is like a fortress with a moat. It's the only place we can defend ourselves. Their movements will be slowed down in the water.
We're counting on you, snipers!
Now, shoot!
They don't look slowed down to me. The shallow water's not enough. They're too big.
The red ones don't spit acid, but they're tough. They won't die easily. Don't stop shooting. As long as you're going
10K! We did big number. Which is actually quite surprising, considering I'm just using a flamethrower in turrets. Small turrets.
The monsters are avoiding the water. Monsters? This is a spot that's easy to attack. These things are throwing me off. Don't be intimidated. Fight back.
Stop running away, I'm trying to collect you to my party.
Close enough to help each other.
Thank you.
Every team's got to support each other. They're coming from over here. They came around from the shallow area. Don't get too close to the water.
There you are.
They knock you in, you're dead. Don't fall into water. Stay away from the water.
I'm pretty sure everything to the right has died, basically. I was so delayed on getting back over here.
I'm coming to help. Hold on, buddy. Confirm the shooting.
I'm surprised we had the 10% completion to actually hint
Attack them once they're in raid.
that level story.
Take down this guy. Hold on. I'm coming to help. The armor's broken.
In Europe, huge flying crafts were spotted, the first like them ever observed.
Ships we don't have data on. Must be a new enemy strategy. What scale are we talking?
Dozens of ships.
That many? I don't think we can withstand that.
Currently collecting data on enemy ships. almost at the target area. Understood, and confirmed here as well. There's not much space to land on this terrain. Wing divers won't be at their full potential. Be very careful.
No need to worry about the Spriggan team. Our goal is to eliminate them. Let's go!
Look! Back up! They're flying! That's a Spriggan! They're the best wing divers! We're safe!
So these ones don't spit acid. A very suitable approach. Let's crush them. Damn monsters. Don't dirty our ocean.
I'll back you up! Let go of me! Hold the trigger!
Very rude. Stop grabbing me! I know that's your entire thing, just don't do it, okay? Thanks.
Enemy ground forces detected. They're coming down from the evolved ships.
Ground units. Is it more aliens?
No, the enemies are robots. Cyborgs or androids, to be more specific. You could say they're living machines.
Living machines?
Machine soldiers. They're a terrifying force.
We did it!
We really did it! We actually survived!
Okay. I am struggling to stay awake right now. I am absolutely about to pass out. I did most of that mission with only one eye open. I think I need to end it here. Okay. Make sure I clicked the right mission there. That was 20. We hit 20. Good. We found one bug and addressed what happens when you have a ton of armor and no decent weapons. You struggle. It has been very informative, to say the least. Absolutely in a challenge run here with this. And a lot of it is possible. And we did technically skip a bunch, but it was things I should realistically be able to do with the equipment, because we were cherry picking situations that it wouldn't do well to test out if it was still possible. We got extremely lucky having 3 of our plus 1000s early, which makes me think that it's going to try and push us into the DLC 1 and 2 as soon as possible. However, DLC 1 exists after you also have Progressive Story 7. So you need to have most of the base game anyways to get into DLC 1. We shouldn't have that Ranger max armor plus 1000 yet. DLC 2 is even further branched off of the base game, coming with Progressive Story 9. So again, the fact that we have these at all this early is purely luck. They do not unlock anything for us yet, even though they are progressive items. Or considered for logic. So, yeah. Anything that we're barely scraping by and we lose more than those thousands, we most likely wouldn't if I didn't have those thousands and they don't exist in the base game with just the other settings. Because these are DLC 1 and 2. These are not base game things and not required till much, much later. They're giving us critical things early, which in a way is good, but I would really rather have a weapon than just armor.